Yes, all right. Welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast. Hello, everybody. My name is Kosi, and in this video, we're going to be looking at how Arsenal could line up with Paulo Dybala. Yes, we've been linked with Paulo Dybala, and I said for every player that has a genuine link with Arsenal, I have decided we shall do a tactical preview trying to show how they fit at Arsenal, how they would help us, and decide at the end of the video whether we need them or we don't. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell. That's all you need to do. And look at your screen. So I'm going to be talking about Paulo Dybala. There have been links from Italy and Spain that Arsenal will actually be interested in signing Paulo Dybala. There are also links that we've been that Juventus have offered the player to us. Links that I actually do not trust. I do not feel Juventus are going to be that. I don't want to call it sarcasm, but I don't know why they're treating Paulo Dybala like that. I just don't know, but for me, it's great news that I've been linked with Paulo Dybala, and I'm going to try to show you what I think about him. But before we go onto the tactical board and tactical, do the tactical preview and everything, I just want to say this. I just want to say this. Dybala is a talented guy. I know many people are gonna see him as a Juventus reject. Many people are going to look at him as a player who has been rejected by Juventus, a player who has been thrown away by Juventus, and has failed to renew his contract at Juventus under circumstances that you can't explain. But I'm going to still stick to my idea that Dybala is a talented player, very, very fit to play for Arsenal. Let me just do this. Okay. I think that's fine. So, and I'm going to try to prove my ideas to you on the tactical board. Try to show you why I think Dybala would be an integrated, integral part of Mikel Arteta's system. He wants to play 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, whatever kind of player, whatever kind of system Mikel Arteta wants to play. I think Dybala is the man for him, and I think Dybala is the player for you. He is talented. He has the pressing. He has all the qualities a modern footballer must have. And I think Juventus are making a very, very big mistake to let him go. So how would Arsenal line up with Paulo Dybala? Who are the players he needs to play with? And what would be his impact on our club? So let us look down. This is me on the tactical board. Of course, the last person I was talking about was Nabil Fekir, and now I have to replace him with Paulo Dybala in this area. And the biggest question is, how do you line up with a player like Paulo Dybala? And I think this is just perfect. I'm going to move Paulo Dybala into the number 10 spot, and then I'll move Bissouma and Partey, in this pivot. Now, when you're playing a player like Paulo Dybala, one of the things you have to know is he is so awful. He sucks defensive ways. So you don't expect him to track back, at a very good rate. So you don't expect a lot of tracking back from Paulo Dybala. So what you're going to get from Dybala is not his defensive attributes, because they're not there. He doesn't have them. They're not there. What you're getting from Paulo Dybala is actually the reverse, moving forward, and that's why I just put him into the number 10 as soon as I put him on the board. He can move this ball forward at any pace you want, at a slow pace, at a moderate pace, at a very fast pace. And I'm not trying to sell the idea that Arsenal should sign Paulo Dybala. I'm trying to sell the idea that this is how good Dybala is, as long as you make him feel important. One of the problems we have had this season as Arsenal is a player who controls this area. Until Martin Odegaard and Emile Smith Rowe were introduced into the squad, all we were doing was control this area. And I think Xhaka and Ceballos had done a very great job controlling this area, because they were really controlling it so much, passing sideways, and this was our kind of our kind of football. Now after that, Odegaard introduced and Emily Smith Rowe introduced, you started seeing Arsenal occupying more of these areas. Of course, Odegaard and Emily Smith Rowe unleashing Kian Tierney on that area, on that side. We have seen Martin Odegaard unleashing the right backs like Callum Chambers in the last game against West Ham. And we have also now seen more of Alexander Lacazette around this area, getting involved more and more and more and more. So, precisely what I'm saying is, let me just remove this, is Paulo Dybala is giving you control over the opponent's danger area, just like Odegaard, just like Emile Smith Rowe. The better thing Dybala has better than Odegaard, and don't say no to this, is his goal scoring abilities. Boy oh boy, he is prolific. You know, Dybala scores more goals than Odegaard. Dybala is going to create you more chances to score goals if you're a striker than Odegaard. But he does not control the game. And I think this is why Mikel Arteta is dying to side Martin Odegaard. Because the beauty of Martin Odegaard is he controls all this area as a player, not as a team. He's going to control this area as a player, not as a team. So he doesn't need his, the support of his teammates to control and, make his own rhythms of the game. That is the beauty with Martin Odegaard. So I think Dybala, one of the first things you get from Dybala is this area. So he's going to be around this, he operates more around this area, and he's a goal scorer. He's a goal getter. You've got to, you've got to put him in areas where he's very close, to the 16, to the 6-yard box, because for him, he cares more about scoring. Think about him as an Eden Hazard kind of player. Think about him as, in that category. Give me the ball. I want to drive and drive and drive and drive and score. Give me the ball. I want to drive and drive and drive and reach here and unleash Martinelli. So, just need this a little. So, fine. So, and unleash Gabi Martinelli. That is Martin Odegaard. Of course, Martinelli would be around here, so he wouldn't actually need to finish off the chance. So, this is Paulo Dybala. Drive and score, drive and create a chance. The other thing you have about Paulo Dybala is you could use him in a system of a 4-4-2. Here we go. 4-4-2. Like, he can be a very good natural support striker. You can use him as a second striker. Something you can't use with Martin Odegaard. Because if you look at the pace of Martin Odegaard and his finishing, nah. He is not a support striker. He's not there. Unless Mikel Arteta turns him into that. For now, he is not a support striker. He's not good as a support striker. Dybala is a good support striker. Very good support striker. If you use him with Pierre-Emerick, actually, I would use him for this case. I'm going to use him with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, not Gabi Martinelli. And the reason as to why I'm going to use him with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is Aubameyang has the tendency of drifting to the wings. So that means, okay, let me just put them a little bit closer to the box so that you know what I mean. So if you have these two as your strikers here, instead of Aubameyang moving in forward, he's actually going to move a little bit outside. So you have Aubameyang moving out with the number 5 and the number 3, probably, and the number 6. Leaving all this space to Paulo Dybala, who has said he has very, very good finishing. The other thing, why you would use him as a support striker, and I think I also love this about Paulo Dybala, is when he gets this ball around these areas, he's so good at trying out shots outside the box. So you have a lot of shots and tries from Dybala. Of course, this is Dybala. I'm trying to show you that shots would come from here. Sorry for that. So, you want a player who shoots. You want a Filippo Coutinho kind of player who gets these shots outside the box, try to force corners, try to force rebounds, and tries to force, goals outside the penalty area, and I think that is again Paulo Dybala. So that's why I would use him in the 4-4-2 system. I would also use him in a 4-3-3 system and a 4-2-3-1. But how would he play for us in a 4-3-3 system? If you're playing him in a 4-3-3, you've got Aubameyang there. You're going to have to play him either left or right, and then you play, of course, Saka. Dybala, in this case, you're playing him like we've been employing Emile Smith Rowe on the wings. He's not going to go to the wing and cross that ball. He doesn't do that. Why you're actually putting him out on the wings is you're trying to make sure that when he gets into this area, he can actually make these passes. They can be as long as long enough to meet Bukayo Saka, or they could be just this to meet Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, or he could actually try to go for goal himself. So that is why I think Dybala needs to be a player who needs, he's a very good fantasy player. I think he needs to get playing time. I don't know whether Arsenal will do the deal. I'm not yet sure, but I think if Arsenal do the deal, it's going to be a remarkable one. He just needs to feel important. You just need to make him feel very, very important, and the rest of the things will actually do themselves. My name is Kosi. That is all for me from Kosi's Arsenal podcast today. I'm thinking of a lineup. I'm coming up with another lineup about the most talented 11 players at Arsenal, from goalkeeper to striker, the most talented. And I think that is where we are going to have a lot of problems, because I think players like Gabi Martinelli are talented, but I think Aubameyang is talented as well. But I'm going to do the most talented 11 at Arsenal, and that will be dropping very, very soon.